Hi, and welcome to our fifth and final video in the Mini Musicianship course. Today we're going to be playing the Fox's Fiddle. You guys know what I'm going to say by now. Practice your scales before you play the song. So you're going to want to play D minor scale in natural and harmonic form. So it has one flat in the natural form and then B flat and C sharp in the harmonic form. Make sure you practice that in both hands as well as the triads. 1, 5, and 1, or a D minor and A major or A7 chord. This piece is in 2/2 time, which means that each beat is a half note. That being said, you can count it 1 and 2 and, so each quarter will be an and. Try to make one strong beat and one weak beat per measure. If it turns out that you're playing more of a 4 beat per measure feel, the piece is not going to have that fluid fiddle-like quality, and it'll be a little bit more stagnant sounding. Listen to the arching shape between measures 1 and 4. And try to bring that out in your playing so that at the top of the arch you're a little bit slightly louder, and then you come back and taper the phrase off really nicely. I would suggest in this song, because there are some 16th notes, to practice counting and clapping the rhythm. And adding the counts, it would be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So you can see how slow I'm counting, and yet the rhythm still sounds fairly quick because of those 16th notes. The right hand definitely has the melody for the entirety of this piece, and the left hand has an accompaniment that changes throughout. So at the beginning, it's half notes. At measure 5, it changes, and the chords are the same, but the accompaniment style changes to 8th notes. In the middle section in measure 9, we've got staccato quarter notes. And then at measure 17 is something entirely different that I'll talk to you about in a second. On the first page, you'll notice that the right hand has repeated material. So the second group of phrases from measures 5 to 8 are the same as the very first group of phrases from measures 1 to 4. When you're playing musical material that is the same or repeated, you want to make sure to play it in a different way. And I do have a different dynamic marking from mezzo piano to mezzo forte on the score. And so that's one way. And there's other ways to change up your playing as well. This could be in the form of rubato. Maybe you articulated it differently. Maybe you changed where the arch of the phrase was to emphasize a different part of the phrase. You're going to change up the dynamics in the second half of the first page. This will help add interest to the music. What you don't want is for it to be an exact copy of the first time you played it. You'll notice the Accelerando on the second page in the middle section at measure 11. The Accelerando actually stretches from measure 11 to the Ritardando. So you've got about 4 measures there where you're going to practice speeding up gradually. You don't want it to be a sudden Accelerando. It's gradual. That's going to take a little bit of practice. I would definitely practice the right hand by itself. You can maybe see how much you want to speed up. Practice the Accelerando in the right hand separately. When you're confident with that, you can try it with the left hand. And also there's a crescendo to add, which you might want to do last. When you're really, really comfortable with the Accelerando, try adding in a gradual crescendo as well. And this adds a lot of excitement to the climax of the piece. In measure 17 of this piece, I added some imitation between the hands. And that means the left hand is imitating some of the rhythmic and melodic motives from the right hand. So for example, that was the right hand in measure 17, and now listen to the left hand. So you can see that it mimics that fragment of melody. The last phrase of the piece has some points of imitation. So you can hear it's sort of like a canon, but it's not a complete canon. It's just the left hand is imitating some of the melodic material that the right hand had, and that's kind of fun. Try to bring out those parts in the left hand. That's not really accompaniment anymore, just sort of being playful. You want this piece to be telling a story and also be really exciting and really a great performance piece. I hope you learned lots about musicianship in this course and what to listen for in your pieces, right? It's not just about the melody and the accompaniment, but so many other things contribute to that style of piece and what makes it sound a certain way. I love working on musicianship skills. I love helping people hear things in the music that they might not have heard before and analyzing the music as to the composer's intentions and seeing what we can bring to life through our skills at the piano and as musicians. So thank you so much for joining me on this mini musicianship journey of ours. It is my hope that you came away from this course with some new skills that you can apply to other pieces that you're learning, your own repertoire, and listen to music in a different way. Maybe look at the notes on the page in a different way. Enjoy the music that much more. So thank you so much for joining me.